Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a book review for Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. So before any further ado, let's get ahead with it. So today's book review is on Fahrenheit 451, like I mentioned before. It is a dystopian modern classic which revolves around a person called Guy Montag, who is a fireman. His job is to burn down books and libraries because books are banned in this universe. This universe being America, by the way, and he struggles with a lot of conflict in his life where he keeps questioning why books are banned and how it could have really been helpful to know where he is right now and what is his job in this world, and this world being America. So this book was a complete page turner for me, and it also made me really uncomfortable at the same time because I never imagined people to have these negative feelings for books, and it's the first time I'm seeing it represented that way. I'm sure there's a reason for why it's presented that way in this story, because not a lot of people like to get out of their box to think in these dynamic ways. So books in this world actually cause unhappiness, and that's why books were banned, because they make you feel things like sadness and violence, anger, because such topics are actually shown in books, and it makes people think a lot. And in this world, thinking too much is how they see it is banned because it causes problems and controversies. So Guy Montag is our protagonist, and he also suffers. He doesn't suffer from these particular things. He actually suffers from the opposite, which is that he really wants to learn how to understand what he reads and what he sees, and he meets a certain group of people in the story who help him do that. Now, there are a lot of metaphors in this book, and some of them I, of course, didn't understand, but one of the metaphors of this book is that there's a war going on. We don't know who is waging it, but we do know that it's going on. There are bomb blasts, and it's possibly one of the metaphors of the story. So the society in this book engages with really mindless activities like watching the television, listening to radio, in which there's just random music which is actually made by the computer and not even by people. And there's no philosophy, like absolutely no philosophy, and that's where our Guy Montag, that's where our person Montag suffers from. He really wants to have conversations with his wife, Mildred, and he's unable to have them because she's also part of that society where there's always just some sort of noise going on in the house, in the society, where he's unable to get time to think for himself. And that is one of our troubles that Guy Montag faces. He also has a boss called Piety, and his boss tries to satisfy his curiosity by answering his questions, but Guy is not satisfied at all, and he still wants to go in search of answers as to why he's here as a fireman and what is his duty. So one day what happens is that when he goes out for his job, he finds this woman who burns herself with her books, and from then on it disturbs him so badly that he's so scarred with it that he really wants to talk to his wife, and every time he comes back from one of his journeys, he brings back a book. Now his wife, on the other hand, is suffering from a lot of things, and when she sees him get back a book, she turns on him. She is absolutely angry with him that he risked both of their lives by bringing a book back home. But he says that, we just need this one chance to see what these books are saying about the past and why was it banned in the first place. That's all he really wants to know. Now, this book ended very abruptly, and that's the only con that I found in this book, is that I think it was not quite resolved in the end, but I felt like it was fixed very fast, and that's the only con I have. This book, every chapter ended on a cliffhanger, every one. He's also in search of happiness, and he's trapped in a life where he's not happy. And guy is really struggling with that. So I'd really like to read some of the quotes for you from this book that I really liked. Now, everyone must leave behind when he dies. Sorry. Everyone must leave something behind when he dies, my grandfather said. A child, or a book, or a painting, or a house, or a wall built, or a pair of shoes made, or a garden planted, something your hand touched some way, so your soul has somewhere to go when you die. And when people look at that tree or that flower you planted, you're there. It doesn't matter what you do, he said, so long as you change something from the way it was before you touched it into something that's like you after you take your hands away. And then another quote is, Grandfather has been dead all these years, but if you lifted my skull, by God, in the convolutions of my brain, you'd find the big ridges of his thumbprint. He touched me. So I really like these quotes a lot. Like when you read the book, and even out of context, it really gives you a lot of meaning. And I like that these books had so many quotes like this. They were really eye-opening. And I also like to tell one more quote. Perhaps he had expected their faces to burn and glitter with the knowledge they carried, to glow as lanterns glow with the light in them. But all the light had come up from the campfire, and these men had seemed no different from any others who had run a long race, searched a long search, seen good things destroyed, and now, very late, were gathering to wait for the end of the party and the blowing out of the lamps. They weren't at all certain that the things they carried in their heads might make every future dawn glow with a purer light. They were sure of nothing save that the books were on the fire behind their quiet eyes. The books were waiting, with their pages uncut, for the customers who might be in later years. Some with clean and dirty fingers, and some with dirty fingers. Montag squinted from one face to another as they walked. Don't judge a book by its cover, someone said. They laughed. So these are some of the quotes that I really liked from this book, and this was actually one of my favorites because you read the books. If you read the book and then come back and watch this book review again with these quotes, I think you'll understand what I'm trying to say. So I gave this book 5 stars because it was a very captivating and engaging read, and because every page also ended with a cliffhanger, and the writing style was very, very good. It also had a lot of mystery within itself, and it really described the world for you. And if you like getting out of your comfort zone once in a while to read very controversial books like these, please pick this up. I highly suggest you pick this book up, and I am really happy that I finally picked this book up. I mean, it's been on my TBR for a really long time. So thank you everyone. Thank you very much for joining me here for my book review. Please comment down which is your favorite modern classic, and let me know if you've read this book, for those of you who have already read this book, and leave a mini book review down there.